Hello all YouTube friends. Today I'm going to speak about French, kind of a little bit slang or colloquial language that we use every day. It is a video response to my friend by the name, his surname, not surname, but his nickname on YouTube is Vacher12, like Vacher12. And he asked me to make a video about it a long time ago, but I was traveling. I was like kind of very busy. So now I found the time to make this video, and I would like to share it with you, and so that you could learn. You could also learn a little bit about French expressions, how we speak every day. Okay, so let's start with basics, how we actually speak. Sometimes in textbooks they will present you kind of very standard French, and we actually don't use this in French-speaking countries. For example, a lot of people say they learn French in a foreign country. They go to France, or they go to Belgium or Swiss or Canada, and they say they meet with let's say they don't meet with officials or something very formal. So they say je m'appelle and then their name. Let's say Mike. Je m'appelle Mike. Okay, je m'appelle Mike is it's correct. It's kind of grammar 100%, but it's not. We don't use je m'appelle. We say if it's not so formal, we say moi c'est Mike. Just say moi c'est Mike, and it's enough. We don't really use je m'appelle Mike. It's kind of very seldom. And another thing is we tend to not respect grammar rules. Like you're maybe taught in class that you should make an inversion when you have to ask a question. Maybe where are they going? And you'll say où is where, vont-ils, où vont-ils? And this is correct French. If you have to write, you write où vont-ils. But if you speak, you just say ils vont où, ils vont où. We don't say ils vont. We don't say où vont-ils, but we put the où at the end of the sentence, and instead of saying ils vont où, we shorten and we say ils vont où, ils vont où. We put the interrogation word at the end of the sentence. So we say maybe in formal French, if you want to know what someone is doing, you will say qu'est-ce qu'il est en train de faire. You ask the question and you say qu'es-tu en train de faire? Qu'es-tu en train de faire? It's very formal, and in daily French no one will speak like that. Qu'es-tu en train de faire? It's too old-fashioned and too textbook, too not so natural. So I will just tell you how people say you know, in English you just have what and what for what, but in French you have two words, quoi and qu'est-ce que. If you start the sentence with what, normally you should use qu'est-ce que and not quoi. Qu'est-ce que. And qu'est-ce que and actually in real French we just say, not real French, but in French of everyday life, like in a French speaking country, we just say qu'est-ce que, not qu'est-ce que, but qu'est-ce que. So qu'es-tu en train de faire becomes qu'est-ce que t'es en train de faire, qu'est-ce que t'es en train de faire. We just don't use inversion. It's like I break it down. Qu'est-ce que t'es en train de faire? Actually, tu es becomes t'es. T'es. Maybe when you say in formal French, where are you? Où es-tu? Où es-tu? Où is where, est is are, and tu is you. Where are you? Où es-tu? But actually, when we speak, we don't use it. We say t'es où? We say t'es où? You know, the conjugation of verbe être, tu es, becomes t'es. T'es, because we contracted. T'es où? T'es où? Okay, so I talked about inversion, contraction of words, like qu'est-ce que t'es, and when you say, maybe you want to reply, and you say, I don't know, I'm in the garden, for example. You want to say I'm in the garden, and normally you should say je suis dans le jardin. This is very formal, very standard pronunciation. We never use that between young people, and if it's not like very official or something like that, we just say je suis dans le jardin. Je suis dans le jardin, and not je suis dans le jardin. Je suis dans le jardin, pas not dans le jardin. Je suis dans le jardin. We tend to shorten everything. What do we do as French native speakers? Sometimes we use expressions that foreigners are not expected to know, because you are not taught this. You gotta learn it in the country or with friends that speak the country, the language of the country, which is French in this case. Maybe yeah, we use a lot ça va to ask if how are you doing becomes ça va in French, but sometimes people say ça roule. Ça roule literally means does it. Yeah, I don't really know. It's an expression to say how are you, ça roule. What can I say more about French in real life? Let me think about it. Sometimes we use words that are very, very familiar, like it's not kind of those words you will never use in classrooms or in other formal situations. You will say, for example, if we talk about a car accident and you say une bagnole a été défoncée par un camion, I'm quite sure that people who have not been in contact with native French speakers will not know what bagnole is. And actually we have a lot of words to say car. In slang we say, it's kind of not slang, everyone understands it. We say une voiture is the formal for a car. We say une bagnole. Une bagnole is very, very familiar. You should not use it with a teacher or something like that. Bagnole, voiture, tir, une caisse. That's about it. If you have other ideas, you can write in the comment section, and I will reply. Let's see how much time I have left here. Okay, 9 minutes. Yeah, I think that's it for French. If I want to know if you're in the States or in other countries such as Brazil, Spain, China, Taiwan, Korea, I don't know, India, North Africa. Arabic countries. I don't know. If you're learning French, I just want to know why and how you got the idea to learn French, because in the modern world, like right now, everyone wants to learn English, and I just want to know why you want to learn something else than English. It's kind of very interesting, and I just recommend you to keep going with French. And if you have some problems or if you have some questions, just comment below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And yeah, that's it for French slang, kind of 5-6 things that you should know before going to a French speaking country. Yeah, it depends on, I just want to talk about vocabulary. Vocabulary is a little bit, I forgot one thing. Vocabulary is a little bit different from one country to another country, especially if you talk about French Canadian. Sometimes they don't use the same words as we do, because we in Europe, we just take a lot of words we borrow a lot of words from English, and they tend to not borrow a lot of those words because they want to preserve French or something like that. I don't know. So for instance, we say ketchup, like ketchup, we say ketchup. Just ketchup with the French accent, it becomes ketchup. But they say tomatine. Tomatine. It's kind of weird. I never heard this word, but a friend of mine just told me. Other things, we say for a park lot, we say parking. We tend to invent words that does not exist in English but sound English, like car. A park lot becomes parking in French. You could use it in France, Belgium, and I think Swiss. I'm not Switzerland. I'm not sure about Switzerland. And in Canada they say like another word. I don't remember, like stationnement, or I don't know. It's kind of very weird. Here on traffic signs we have stop, stop, like in English stop, and they have arrêt. Arrêt which means stop in French. So they translate almost everything in French. I don't think it's bad. It's a good habit, but you just have to know that you have to know those signs are different in French Canadian and French from Europe, and vocabulary is very different. They will tell you je vais garer mon char, which means I will park my car, but they use the word char. Char in French, here in Belgium, France, or any European country that speaks French, means a tank. Like when you're I don't know, you're in a war and you use tanks. Yeah, tanks. Well, that is char. Je vais garer mon char means if we hear it, we think about, okay, I will go and park my tank, which is not so logical for us, but once we know, it's okay. And we say je vais garer ma voiture, which I think everyone would understand. Je vais garer ma voiture, and yeah, that's kind of different. Okay. And if you have any questions about French spoken in the real French-speaking country, you can just add a comment and I'll try to get back to you. And have a great day. Happy language learning. Bye bye.